an opportunity, humans and AI. Are you making all the money you want to make? Could you stand to make more? Do you like to eat out? Do you know other people that eat out? If you find a good restaurant, would you tell other people about it? If this restaurant with good food paid you to tell people, would you still send people there? Are you open to an opportunity to make significant additional income? We are building out a new business brand in the area and are looking for a few sharp people looking to make a significant difference in our current economic environment. Before we say more, we must first share a warning. This is going to stretch your thinking. There's no turning back once the seed has been planted. We will share information with you that you probably have already seen and heard. However, no one has shared the startling information and provided a solution at the same time. No one has ever presented an opportunity quite like this. It's not going to be easy, but it definitely won't be harder than what you're already doing. There will be days of failure, days of disappointment. It will be painful because you can't stop thinking about it. You won't be able to stop thinking about it. If you maintain the right work and persistency with the process we use to execute against, amazing things will be achieved. There will be days of unbelievable reward. Then finally, a purpose. If you're one of the weird ones, the kind that thinks differently, one of the crazy people who change the world because they're crazy enough to believe they can, then we invite you to continue watching this video. However, if you're perfectly fine and satisfied with where you're at in life and where you're going, we are extremely happy for you. There's no need to continue watching this video. In fact, please stop and tell the person who shared the video with you that it's not necessary to move forward. They will understand. They will appreciate you saving the time for what comes next. We don't want to waste your time, but more importantly, we don't want to waste ours. This is important to us. You will still be treated the same as a friend, colleague, family member, or acquaintance. There is absolutely no hard feelings. Again, your openness and honesty will definitely be appreciated. Let's begin. Have you heard of AI and the jobless recovery? This describes anticipated advances in artificial intelligence and robotics that will eventually replace jobs. Those people that are replaced will not have other jobs or new jobs to go to with the same skills because AI and robotics are filling them, and therefore these people become jobless. The discussion is around how do we recover from that jobless recovery? Have you heard these statistics? The 1%er shares of the world economy are getting larger. Global inequality is growing, with half the world's wealth is now in the hands of just 1% of the population, according to this report. CBO chart, U.S. holdings of family wealth, 1989 to 2013. The top 10% of families held 76% of the wealth in 2013, while the bottom 50% of families held 1%. Inequality worsened from 1989 to 2013. Source, Wikipedia. There is much discussion around the benefits that artificial intelligence will bring to those that have access and leverage it. When the 1%ers get artificial intelligence, do you think they will give all that wealth back or give up any portion of their control of wealth? If artificial intelligence is afforded to the existing economic leaders, do you think they will share it with you? They haven't thus far. 50% of the population, this includes you, share less than 1% of the wealth. The top 5% of the population share more than 65% of the wealth. If you take that with what's coming, the economic gap will only get larger. Other related articles, AI and robotics are coming. This restaurant is powered by robot chefs. This robot will make you dinner. This robot is reducing employee costs by 10% and increasing overall profits from 5% to 14%. You'll soon see it in a nationwide chain. The restaurant industry was devastated by the recent pandemic. The latest dining industry metrics presented by Chicago News in September 2020 report COVID hit the restaurant industry hard. Sales down 50 to 70% from 2019 to 2020. 86% won't make a profit in 2020. And 20% of restaurants will not reopen. This business model focuses when AI and robotics take our job. Most people are living paycheck to paycheck. They don't have the resources to begin their own restaurant. These industry workers would start a business if they knew how to reduce the barrier of entry. The current cost to build out a new restaurant is tens to hundreds of thousands of dollars. This is before a single patron is served. There are billions of dollars spent in the restaurant industry every year. The industry is not going away. It's just going to be different. The merge of safety and economic concerns with evolving technology will bring a paradigm shift to the way we dine out. There are billions of dollars spent in the restaurant industry every year. Many are struggling, but one is positioned to take advantage of this unrest. There is a need for a new model for humans in artificial intelligence. This is it. Before we tell you more, we need to look at the attributes of what an ideal business is. There are several attributes of an ideal business, and this model has them all. Operate remotely. They call it beach money. Run your business from anywhere in the world, even at the beach. No or low inventory. No need to worry about food waste or stale or spoiled product. No worrying about ordering too much or not enough food. Hassling with construction, permits, a build-out of a restaurant, leasing, insurance, designing and manufacturing products, cold and frozen storage, preparation, delivery to the customer, etc., etc. No employees, no hiring and firing, or other headaches that come with adult babysitting. Great work-life balance. Work the hours you want. Work your business around your family, and not your family around your business or job. Performance-based pay. If you put in more of the work, you receive more of the pay, instead of like corporate life, where the president or CEO makes most of the money versus people on the front line that actually do the work. Or real estate brokers that have hundreds of agents working for them selling homes, and they make an override, even though they are not doing all the work. With our performance-based revenue share model, you may actually make more money than the person who referred you if you do more work. That's fair, isn't it? Ongoing residual income. This business chose to pay real people instead of corporate media giants. Your business is the marketing model. Having an ongoing residual income allows you to do all the things we mentioned before. It's like an author writing a book once, then collecting residuals or royalty percentages every time the book is sold. Same goes for this model. You build the business by marketing it. You make money by sending customers to our restaurants, and not just the first time they come, but every time your referral buys food, which makes people come back time and time again. Wouldn't you come back to a restaurant if you received a loyalty discount for yourself and they paid you for referring others? This restaurant's entire marketing fund is dedicated to us. They want to pay real people instead of corporate media giants. Transferable to spouse and children. Doctors and lawyers may earn an extremely high dollar per hour rate, but once they stop working, the income stops. Their spouse and family stop receiving money. With this business, once you build this and begin receiving that residual income, you can pass it on to your family whether you're alive or not. And there's more than I'm covering today. Normal restaurants can't do all of these attributes, but the ones we are sharing with you today do. If you had the ideal business, what would it afford you? What is your why, your reason, your dreams, your motivation? Why are you looking to make more money? What would you do if you made an additional $250 per month? What would you do if you made an extra $500, $1,000, $5,000 per month, $15,000 per month? Have you ever wanted to be a part of something bigger than yourself? Most people realize that money isn't everything. Having more money simply provides you with more choices. Dollar menu or fine dining. There's nothing wrong with living off of the dollar menu. It's not the best, but it's comfortable. It's what my job afforded me to do. But instead of only having the choice of living off of the dollar menu, I wanted more choices. Choices to afford to eat healthier, to be healthier. Vacations. With the income I was making at my job, I couldn't take my family on all the vacations they wanted. With this, I have the choice to do that if I want to. Homes. I wanted more money to afford a better house. If you have more money, you simply have more options of what areas you may live in. You can live in not-so-great areas with a little bit of money. You may live in average areas for maybe a little bit more. And you may live in really nice areas for way more money. In Chicago, homes and taxes are so overpriced that you have to have a ton of money just to live in the average neighborhoods. And so, I wanted more options. Things that never go away. Then there are things that never go away. Taxes, utilities. Have you got college tuitions coming up? Are your cars getting older? Anything you need to start saving money for? Perhaps you would like to provide your family with more choices to be healthier, and you don't want to cut corners when it comes to their future. So these are the reasons why some people build this business. What are yours? Ideal characteristics of business. Out of all those ideal characteristics of businesses we talked about, which are most important to you? What's your reason? What will it take for you to achieve it? Do you have another way to get there? If you have another way, this is, again, another time to stop the video and reach back out to the person that shared this video with you and tell them, I've got another way. If you don't have another way, or an ideal way, I'm excited to share more. Now let's talk the 3 C's. With any successful business, you have what's called the 3 C's: content, commerce, and community. The content is our next generation social operating model. We have revolutionized the restaurant industry. You're in the restaurant business without all the traditional risks of the restaurant business. We provide the restaurant to you. As it matures, the social operating model starts off small, simple, and continues to evolve with the needs of our customers. This means beginning with a basic menu and, if needed, look to tweak or add more options as we gain more insight on what brings value, fun, and what makes sense. So the content is taken care of for us. The commerce. These are all the yucky stuff that comes with a traditional business. These are also being taken care of for us. So all of the support systems such as bookkeeping, payout of employees, payout of independent affiliate marketers, that's us by the way, the rent, the insurance, licensing, food costs, robotics, and artificial intelligence, etc., will all be handled by the expert operators who do this every day, so you and I don't have to worry about all the typical headaches. The community portion is where we come in. We've built a community of repeat business by rewarding loyal customers and independent affiliate marketers, called IMs, who help us share and build this one-of-a-kind social operating business. Do you remember the first concert you ever went to? Did you tell anybody about it, good or bad? When you want to go to the movies on a Friday night, what do you typically do? You ask around your circle of influence to see which movies they saw and liked best. How about that new restaurant you last went to? How did you hear about it? Did somebody tell you? Here's a better question. After you went, did you tell anybody else? And did that business pay you for telling them? Word of mouth is the most effective form of marketing. People buy based on their friends and their family's opinions or recommendations. We act on recommendations every day, from restaurants to recipes to movies to hairstylists to concerts to car mechanics to realtors to vacations. When we make these recommendations to others, how great would it be if we got paid? Well, the business you are now in does this. If you like your products and service enough to use it and feel it brings value to you, then most likely you'll feel compelled and even responsible to share it with those you care about. Word of mouth is the most effective form of marketing. People buy based on their friends' or family's opinions or recommendations. And companies should pay you for this. We keep people coming back by 1, serving good food, 2, we give them IMs discounts, 3, we pay them. We don't just do punch cards and points for free appetizers, but we are the only restaurant willing to share the profits that normally only owners have the luxury to enjoy. That's right. In other businesses, it's only the owners that enjoy the true profits. Not here. Every single person involved in this business is paid the same way, through our independent affiliate marketing revenue sharing system or the operator pro rata payment system. Here's how you can get involved in this awesome opportunity. To recap, content. The restaurant is provided for you. There is also an amazing way they add additional restaurants. Yes, different types of food. If they don't already have the types of food you like, it's likely they will soon with our 10% fund. More on that soon. Commerce. The support system. The tracking, ordering, payment systems, all the bookkeeping headaches, etc. Taken care of for you. You just provide your cell phone number or email address where you prefer to get paid. We recommend cell number via Zelle payments. Community. This is where we come in. Our part is we bring the people. We keep people coming back by paying them for what they and the people they tell consume. If you ever found a deal on something, don't you tell people about it? Sure you do. When people you tell visit one of our food stands or restaurants, they'll be asked for a cell number. This becomes their membership number. If it's their first time visiting, the cashier will ask for the mobile number of the person that told you to come by. That's you. Why do they ask? So you get credit and rewarded for sending people. The more people you send, the more money you make. That's crazy, right? Not so much. Here's something to think about. All businesses typically have a large budget set aside for marketing. In this model, we pay people instead of the large corporate media empires or the Googles dominating the marketing world. Think how cheap things would be if companies didn't have to spend tens of millions of dollars each month on advertising. So instead of paying for any external marketing, they pay the everyday human like you and I for doing the marketing as an IM. That's independent affiliate marketer. It's fair and a win-win-win for everyone. The restaurant gets customers they want. You get paid for sending people there. The people you send enjoy great food and the opportunity to do the same. There is also a great support system, so you're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. Let's now talk about how the operation of a restaurant is split out. Roughly 30% goes to the food costs. That's all the cost involved with making the product. 30% goes towards operations. That's the non-food costs. For example, rent, insurance, utilities. Then after operations costs are paid, all restaurant employees are paid pro rata with the remaining of those 30% funds. They actually end up earning more than the typical hourly wage plus tips. This is because there isn't an owner keeping a majority of the money. If a staffer works more than the other staffers, they'll get paid more. Not like a manager or owner that comes in late and leaves early, but still keeps most of the money earned. All of these staffers also have the option to receive the training and eventually achieve the 10% fund recipient level. I'll get to that in a minute. 30% goes towards marketing. The more business you send, the higher percentage your community that you've created receives. Here's an example. If you spend $100 over a month, you'd make 3% times $100 is $3. Now say you tell 2 other people who tell others. One group ends up spending $300 a month, which places them at the 6% level, and the second group spends $600 a month, placing them at the 9% level. If you add up the total of all of those you told plus yours, you arrive at $100 plus $300 plus $600, or a grand total of $1,000, and that places you at the 12% level. So for you, your discount is 12% times $100, or $12. For Group 1, you will keep that 12% minus the 6% you're paying them, so 6% times $300 is $18. And your actual Group 1 keeps 6% times $300, or $18. For Group 2, your override is just 3%. That's the 12% minus 9% that they keep. 3% times $600 is $18. That's how much you keep for Group 2. Group 2 themselves, They're at the 9% level, so you take 9% times $600, or $54. See, that's fair. Group 2 did more of the work than you, so they keep more of the money. And again, you don't have to do all of the accounting. The system actually automatically calculates this for you. Note below, the percentages are subject to change without notice. We are in the proof of concept phase, and we're anticipating making adjustments to the business model in order to normalize operations for duplication and scalability. So the grand total of what you keep is your $12 discount, $18 from Group 1, and $18 from Group 2, or a total of $48. That's enough for a couple free meals every month. Now, if that's not too exciting for you, depending on the difference between each of these groups of IMs and you, when you get to that 7,500 level, you could be looking at a couple of $100 to a couple of $1,000 per month, all from doing what you are probably already doing, eating out and talking about it. But this time, at your own restaurants, because they pay you. Would you rather have 100% of one person's effort or 1% of 100 people's efforts? Another way to look at this, other restaurants give you discounts too, but how do they afford it? They don't have to. It's not as great as you think. Let's break it down. Say you buy something and you'll get the second one free. That appears to be a 50% discount, right? But they don't do it every time. They're counting on you to come back again and order the same two somethings, but pay full retail. That turns that first discount really into a 25% discount. In other words, you spread that one something over 4 meals instead of just 2. When you become a loyal customer, the initial discount all but goes away. Sure, they may have some loyalty program, but you have to get something like 100 points or whatever to get an appetizer or something not as valuable. We're not gimmicky. There are no games. We simply tell you the percentage you can earn right away, up front. And any time money is exchanged on a purchase, it's included in the revenue sharing. We don't pick and choose things. Every purchase is included. Now let's circle back to that 10% fund. Roughly, 10% of every dollar made goes into this 10% fund. This removes the barrier of entry for our staffers. This is a genius way to expand our dining options for our community and reward our staffers. Many awesome hospitality workers would love to own their own place, but they can't because of the huge barrier of entry. What's a barrier of entry? We used this example before. The build-out of a restaurant can be anywhere from $50,000 to $750,000 plus dollars, with construction taking anywhere from 1 month to 2 years before a single customer steps foot through the doors. And all during that time, there isn't any income. No matter how good of a waiter you are, making minimum wage and tips won't get you close to that. So owning their own place will likely never be an option. However, with our business, it is. When that 10% fund builds up large enough to create another restaurant, those staffers that qualify are set up in their own restaurant or business without any upfront startup cost of their own. They will pay back this loan plus the flat fee, 10%, and they run off the same system, 30%, 30%, 30%, 10%. This makes everything duplicatable and provides us IMs a new option to eat at, and instantly gives this new restaurant a following of eager customers right at the start. After all, assuming you're like most people, if a restaurant's going to give you a loyalty discount and share their revenue with you for telling others to eat there, you're going to dine there. What do you say? Let's go eat. Reach back out to the person who shared this video with you. To participate, it's simple. When you visit one of our participating businesses, you'll provide the cashier with a cell phone number of the person who shared this opportunity with you, called the reference number, then provide them with your cell phone number, called the member number. When you refer others, they'll use your cell phone number as their reference number. Now reach back out to the person who shared this video with you and tell them, let's go eat.